afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also broadcasting live on Rumble. Let me see over there at Rumble. We certainly appreciate everyone this week and all the shows for joining in over there. Love the chats. They've been hot and heavy.
Oh, you appreciate everyone this week except for your main man, Jamie Angel. Mama. Word.
I didn't even say me either. Oh, yes, we're both here. It's Friday.
Martha Jean's boobs is going on here.
I am so sorry, my dear.
Not only is it Friday.
My dear friend. What else? We're doing something special. What are we doing?
It's giveaway day. What we are giving away. Oh, very nice flag kit. If you're watching on Rumble, hang on.
I love it.
Got your right show. Got your
Yes.
nice flag kit put in your house. Got you some
koozies.
Jewelry Show koozies.
How do they win this flag kit and these koozies?
You got time. Got to go in to Rumble, right?
Okay, all right.
So at some point during the show, I'm going to drop a little something in the chat there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to open up the phone lines. But towards the end of the show, we're going to open up the phone lines and ask what I put in that chat there.
That's how we're doing it?
First person to call in.
Let's do it, baby. All right, let's dive right in. So the UN, let's go back to the United Nations. Our friends over there, yeah, they don't act too friendly, not to us and our allies. All right, so Netanyahu, Bibi, was over there, and I'm reading a report from Shannon Kingston over at ABC News. And Shannon's reporting that Israeli Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu spoke to the United Nations today, and dozens of delegates, as to be expected, of course, walked out as he spoke, because that is so civil, so grown up, so statesmanlike. How's that appeasement going?
Because war's in when nobody talks.
Exactly. Oh, Trump's a bad guy because he talked to Putin and Zelensky. What do you want him to do?
Gave him a chance, man.
Exactly. And these same guys over there at the UN were the ones blasting Trump for even trying. But Netanyahu, he went in, he used the podium to defend Israel's campaign in Gaza, broadcast parts of his message towards Gaza, and also vehemently, just like President Trump, probably a little stronger, called for the immediate release of hostages. And of course, for that, they walk out. Yeah. So again, just to recap the little facts here, delegates from dozens of countries, they left the entire UN chamber while Netanyahu addressed the assembly. He said remaining Hamas fighters are concentrated in Gaza City and must be finished off. People didn't like that. You could see his speech. It was also broadcast live or streamed live. And I don't know how they did this, but maybe you can see this. His speech was apparently also streamed live to Gazan cell phones.
Yeah, they like the emergency broadcast thing. They got that.
Yeah, well, it would make sense. It's a small area. It's not like they can't dominate it.
Yeah, and you better believe they control it.
They do. And if you didn't have your cell phones, don't worry. They also played the broadcast on loudspeaker pointed into Gaza. So message was received. All right, he addressed hostages directly, and he demanded their release. And I thought that was a pretty impactful delivery. I thought his words were good. It was strong. His mannerisms were strong. I feel like he carries himself well. I know. I get it. All the things, but I mean, man, he's in a position where not a lot of us have ever been or ever will be.
Well, and his back's kind of up against the wall now too, with all these countries recognizing a Palestinian state.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't think he's worried about it right now, but he will be in 2 years, because just because you have a Republican in office doesn't mean anything, and we don't know what kind of Republican we're going to get.
Yeah,
but I sure as hope it's not a Democrat.
I would say that I don't think the Israelis would have an issue with a Palestinian state if they believed for a moment that Palestinian state would not threaten them, would not interfere with their daily, if they weren't living under a trigger, the fear of getting blown up, then maybe a two-state system would work.
I don't know, man, but that is not even so that may help, that may work. This may do that, but we don't know. But one thing we can say with confidence is Hamas supports the two-state system approach very, very well. They're very much so.
They also believe in death to Israel and death to America. So
Yeah,
it's a tough conundrum to be in for sure.
it is. It is, and it is, and it's deep. It's deep.
Ooh, there's a lot of deep stuff going on out there.
Yep. So, but Netanyahu listed recent Israeli operations against Hamas. He didn't run from it. Hezbollah, the Houthis, and Iranian targets, and thanked President Donald Trump for help in striking Iranian nuclear sites. Yeah. Did y'all remember that? Does everybody remember that? That was pretty bold too, by the way. So many things have happened in 9 months. 9 months and 6 days. I'm looking at it. So much has happened that this happened in any other year, that would have been the talk. Like, Israel runs a secret mission, and I'm talking secret op mission, inside Iran's facilities and engages and destroys their nuclear capabilities.
And took out some of their key leaders too.
Forgot about that.
Oh, and remember they bombed those ones in Qatar, and
Yeah.
they also had another one they blew up in another country.
So but this one specifically on Iran, though, the facilities, it reminds us a lot of the 1981 attacks on Iraq's facilities, where Israel unilaterally went in there. Now, we say unilaterally. I doubt the Reagan administration opposed the operation, just like
Certain they provided intelligence support.
I'm sure they were understanding exactly what was about to happen and what was happening. Yeah. Just like President Trump and Prime Minister Netanyahu.
And unlike President Biden, who had no clue what was going on a day-to-day basis.
Do you think his auto pen would write little notes to him?
More and more, I'm starting to think that auto pen signed your letter.
That's what I'm saying, and I'm starting to take a little offense by it.
I'm also starting to think maybe it was AI on that call with you, and
you
not
think
the
so?
real. No, I'm
Jeez,
just trying to poke the flames.
Oh, speaking of which, poking the flames, you're gonna want to listen to me. We're gonna get a lot of things out this next hour. We're gonna finish this. We're gonna finish these topics here, hour number 1. But you are gonna want to listen and watch on hour number 2. We're going to talk about some theories. Now, whether they're conspiracy or not, I'll let you decide.
We're going to raise some serious questions about this investigation of the Kirk assassination. That's all but stagnant at this point. Crickets.
We'll bring it up and see your thoughts. All right, let's take a little break. We'll talk about this and so much more. I got a little bit more on Bibi Netanyahu. He said some good things over there and has taken some good actions. All right, guys, stick around. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. Broadcasting live from the KFL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Also broadcasting live on Rumble. Hey, we see you over there. Appreciate that. Go to rumble.com and look up the Josh Guillory Show. When you do, you will see such a nice person. You know what day it is. It's Friday. It's Just Joking with Janet. What's up, Janet? In the Super Friday!
Hey, we have to start yelling.
I know, like you do in the mornings.
What you do in the morning? What you got, Janet?
Okay, y'all ready?
Yes.
I was born ready.
If you're over 50, it's time to leave those young girls alone and get you a woman that understands the sign of a stroke.
Oh.
Jamie, I hope.
Hey,
I hope,
hey.
I'm just saying.
Hey, just saying.
You get. Well, I mean,
Man.
him right there. Look, I'm seeing on the screen this guy.
Thanks, Janet.
Thanks, Janet. Appreciate you. Yes, indeedy. And I know everybody's stressing out about this. The Cubs are winning 6-1. It's the bottom of the seventh, one out. All right,
They
good.
were on last night. I
Absolutely.
will almost let you know.
Oh,
It was
hey,
either last night,
I was watching.
But the O's were playing the Rays.
That's your
Not
team.
doing well.
I don't know how the Stros are doing to my Stros fans. I like the Stros.
Y'all going to the
too.
postseason? Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Trying to get that home field wild card spot. We win this one and one more, and we're good.
We are not.
It's all
We
good,
have been
baby.
officially eliminated.
You know who needs to have their credentials eliminated?
Who?
A lot of these delegates that walk in and take advantage of us, take advantage of our courtesy. We foot not most of the bill, but we foot more of the bill than anybody else over there for what? Just for us and our allies to continue to be disrespected? The UN did, and we're talking about Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's speech to the UN today. Delegates from 22 countries just walked out, and the United Nations basically did what it does best today. It staged a moral theater. Oh, yes. Delegates stomped out. Photo ops happened. Yep. Outrage was performed for the cameras. Oh, yeah. Got to have that. The UN lectured. Yep. That body, by the way, have you ever noticed? It has a long history of lecturing democracies while kind of cozying up to dictators. You ever notice that?
I
notice
now
the
that you
trend?
say it, yeah.
Like,
kind
think
of.
about it. Think about it. I don't waste breath on their pageant. The facts matter more than their little feelings. So let's talk about a few, I mean, Netanyahu basically used the stage for a direct, maybe a muscular message.
Muscular.
Yeah, strong, strength.
Right down, Martha Jean.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he's sharp, but
I
he's
forgot.
cute.
Oh,
Come on. She gives me the ick.
Martha Jean. He spoke to two audiences at once, and I thought that was very clever. He spoke to the world, but he spoke to Hamas. He told terror leaders and jailers of hostages the math has changed. He promised consequences, and this is not a guy that will give veiled threats. We mentioned some of his actions late in the last segment. That's pretty good statecraft there. That is deterrence for sure. Deterrence.
And deterrence.
Yeah. But you could also argue that is how nations survive. Now, whether you like Benjamin Netanyahu or not, that's not what we're debating. I'm not debating that. We're not even debating. I'm just telling you what happened. But one thing we can say, again, I'm gonna be like Paul Ryan in the 2016 election, the binary decision. You got one of two decisions. You're either with Israel or you're not. And what does that look like? What does that look like? Now that's my lens. I'm speaking of this as someone that really is just two decisions. And we're talking about a speech, that Netanyahu gave, okay? And and what I'm talking about is much more layered and deeper, and probably could take 5 weeks of full episodes to discuss whether or not and why we should be with Israel.
Were you ready for some pushback?
Yeah, please. Yeah, you called for a two-state solution last week.
I
don't
did
know.
most certainly did not. I said go in there and finish the job is what I said. But I will say this. I agree with you. I support Israel. Let's be clear. There's Israel, there's the people of Israel, there's Israel, and then there's government folk. Netanyahu is the government folk. And there are a lot of people in Israel who don't agree 100% with what he's doing, who don't agree with the way it's being handled. And I think you're starting to see a lot more of those people join that camp. You're also starting to see a lot more of the American folk who support Israel, who continue to support Israel, but don't support the actions of some of the people within the Israeli government.
You're
There's a
thinking
difference.
Netanyahu's too aggressive.
I'm thinking Netanyahu is,
You know,
he's inconsistent. He's not I don't think he's being a very, I don't know.
I think he's consistent. I think he has not had the right allies to, and maybe for good reason sometimes. Maybe for good reason sometimes to hold him back. I don't know, but
I think he's too rigid. Is what I'm looking for.
Okay,
He's
all right.
too rigid. He's not open
okay.
to other. He's so pissed off at this point that he's just seeing red, and that's not going to end this. It's not going to fix
So,
it.
how long has he been prime minister of
Which
Israel?
time?
Yeah, so he's been there for a minute, right? So
Some
this
would
is
say too
another.
long.
Yeah, of course. So that might be true. That might be another just reminder of us Americans why we term limit presidents. We should also term limit Congress. And I think there's a healthy discussion to have limitations on lifetime appointments to the bench that would require constitutional amendments. Don't get mad at me, judges. You know I love you. I love you. Just some of you go a little rogue.
Some good news for you.
Yo,
Don Ho sent a little chat. He said he's a Yankees transplant from Philly.
All
but a
right.
hardcore conservative. Go Phillies.
go ahead. And what's his name?
Don Ho.
Don Hope. Good job. Yes,
That's
thank
not
you.
gonna
Thank
make
you.
you feel better. I just,
Well, it's awesome.
Phillies baseball.
Hey, good. Oh, I get it now. So I get it. Yeah, Yankees. All right, I got it. Okay. Good deal. So, also, no small note here. President Trump's role, not like that wasn't small talk, I mean, Trump and Israel, they did coordinate the strikes, that set back Iranian enrichment capability. That's what we were talking about last segment. That action removed a looming threat, deep threat, big threat. It's the rare moment when geopolitics produced tangible prevention instead of endless talking. And I think that's where Bibi is. So maybe with someone that's been in office that long, that has been dealing with terrorism this long, that has been dealing with being surrounded, literally surrounded, having survived invasions, having survived, I'm talking about of sovereign countries, not just these little thug wannabe terrorists, cowards, okay? I mean, I think this guy's just tired. And that's not an excuse to not make the best decisions. I mean, that is far from an excuse, and it's not even a good explanation. But it is a good reminder why we should limit people in power. And, just want them fresh. And I don't know if that's the deal with BB. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Can't wait. Phone lines open, coming to you. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Acadiana. We're also broadcasting live on Rumble, rumble.com. Go check us out at the Josh Guillory Show on rumble.com. Man, love the chat over there. Kill switch. Let BB be BB. Then Hamas will cease to exist.
Then cease him already.
Well, he's trying to be BB. He's trying to be BB. I think this is the first time he's had an ally that says, you be you.
Not the first time.
Who else?
I mean, well, us. We've always been there.
We weren't farmed the last 4 years.
Well, yeah.
This is the only president I know of that's been pretty unconditionally by him.
But they called him a Nazi. I just don't get it.
That is, oh my gosh. You're right. You're right. All the people that are calling him a Nazi, well, he's the only one standing with the Jew. And you guys are the ones that are anti-Jew. Like, I don't understand it. All right, let's go to Jerry. He understands it. Oh, we're going to Warren. Okay,
Oh,
Warren. Sorry,
Warren.
Jerry. Jerry, you're next. Warren. Warren, what's up, Warren? He gets it too.
Well, you know, Josh, they said they got a new fault line they found on the East Coast. Maybe it goes underneath the United Nations building.
Ooh.
You know, that's the best thing that can happen to that place because it's so un-American. And I'll tell you what, it's time to stand up with Netanyahu. You know what? The Marine Corps, this is not war now. The Marine Corps used to have a saying, kill them all and let God sort them out. Thank you, Josh.
Well, thank you, Warren.
The UN is, yes, very much un-American because it's all the countries.
Yeah.
All the, not just one country. Can't expect them to be really American.
Come on. No, but I get. Well, how about this? It's anti-American.
There you go.
I get it. I'm with you. I'm
just ribbing Ed Warren a little bit. It's Friday.
It is. You know, it's the whole day is Friday. And guess
And
what we're
part of
doing?
the night.
We're giving away a giveaway.
That's right.
We're giving away a flag kit. We didn't promote it last segment. Oh, we did? Okay, good.
Oh, wait, no,
flag
we
kit.
didn't.
Just pay attention to rumble.com, especially in the chat. Jamie will drop something here soon.
You got time. If you haven't signed up for Rumble, it's free. You go, give us a click, a like, and all, the subscribe. It don't cost you nothing.
Nope. We don't harass.
You still got time. You got until not the end of the show, but close.
And the phone lines are open, 232-1542, 844-766-6607. Let's go to Jerry. Jerry, what you got, Jerry?
Man, look, I think that is best to offend everybody at once. I think that's how we need to do things. I'd say, you know, if you go back and run parallels with the Acadians that were exiled by the British, almost hunted to extinction, we came here and we never had a feeling of, let's go back to where we came from. We were kind of like in a bad neighborhood and we said, you know, we're done with that. Let's make this our own. We did what we had to do. We made some really awesome boudin and cracklings, and people from all over the world come eat it.
That's right.
Now you take the Jews and you take the Palestinians. They love their country so much and their heritage, but none of them will ever get back on that boat and go over there and fight for it. But they sympathize. And as a human, we should sympathize. But we're America. That's not our business over there. So I'd say Jews and Palestinians, get everybody out there on that little land they fighting over and fight till the best man wins.
Hey,
Figure it out.
hey, surround them all. Only the survivors win.
Yeah, I've been saying that for
You
a hot
have.
minute.
I've
Like,
been calling for it.
support Israel as much as we can, but stop sending so much of our money and resources there. Like
You ain't
we
kidding.
pay for their part of their military.
But that's
Like
for
it's
every,
too much.
but that's everyone. That's
Yeah.
everyone. Now, now I'm saying you ain't kidding. We can do both. We can be fiscally responsible. We can
sell them arms.
we can help them to help themselves a little bit more. But we can also stand with them shoulder to shoulder and do all those at the same time. We can do all that at the same time. We can not be taken advantage of and support them at the same time. That's basically what you're saying.
Yeah, they got to stop killing people. It's like for every hostage that's
Yeah.
still captive, they're killing
Let's move on.
thousands of others.
Let's move on.
All right.
So I ran across a little article. Eva Reutberg at Fortune is reporting that Elon Musk, well, a lot of people are reporting. Again, this is the report I read. Musk just sold his Grok AI system. You know probably a little bit more maybe than I do about that, but it's through X, right? through X.
Yeah,
That's
it's
his
their
AI
platform. Yeah.
Okay. So he sold his Grok AI system to the federal government, and 42 cents
Per agency.
per agency. 42 cents per agency. Not a typo that I'm reading here. And why 42, you may ask? Well, 42, that's such an odd number. Musk says it's a nod to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
You see, because I take a lot of ketamine, and it really expands my line of thought and makes me think different. So it's cool. It's cool. It's really cool. Here we're gonna save a lot of money.
In the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, that's a sci-fi novel where 42 is, quote, the answer to life, the universe, and everything, end quote. So in other words, he had a little fun trolling Washington, and Washington bought it. That's basically the
Not trolling them. It's just
Man, he
doing
trolled
that
him.
Stuff.
He trolled him on that. So the General Services Administration, GSA, is trying out different AI systems in government. Google charged 47 cents per agency. OpenAI and Anthropic came in at right around $1. Meta basically gave theirs away. I don't know the details in that. It's hard to believe that.
Well, it's not like it's just a tool. It's like letting them have Microsoft Word or whatever.
Yeah.
The thing is, you want them to use yours, but at the same time, you don't want them to rely solely on one AI
yeah.
because
Oh, yeah.
then it becomes two. So this is all part of a greater program to spread out the AI and kind of make sure it stays in check.
Okay. All right. Well, Musk took a little joy, though. He threw a little sci-fi joke, the whole fine 42 cents. 42 cents. His contract runs the longest, though, 18 months. That's a pretty big win for him, people are saying. So Musk has been, now, this, kind of the article, of course, feeds into this. Musk and Trump's, they've been butting heads. The media would say that. Even taking shots at each other. They did do that. Trump took the high ground for the most part, I would say. But this week, Musk and Trump, we saw them together at Charlie's Memorial in Arizona. That was good. We talked about that. Now Musk, he is praising Trump's leadership while locking in a deal with the government. No accident. Think that's timing.
So you think Elon still thinks that, or Daddy Trump is messing with the Epsteins and all that? He's on the list.
I think that was emotion. He walked all that back.
Just saying.
He walked all that back. They were in a little tiff. They were breaking up. He was saying
people be saying some rough stuff when they're in a tiff.
I know he was saying things he didn't really mean.
It hurt my feelings.
He didn't mean it.
Charlie bit me.
And look, Musk over there. I mean, the guy's pretty eccentric. I think we would all.
It's the ketamine.
But your boy knows how to stay relevant. Okay, hear me out on this.
Yeah.
Your boy knows how to stay relevant. I mean, look at it. I mean, he got Washington to put his AI in the mix for pennies. He undercut his competitors, and you could say I get all that from a strategic standpoint, from an operational standpoint, but there's some undercutting too.
He undercut him by 58 cents?
Yeah, man.
Killswitch says Elon loves him some 420. Elon bought Twitter for 420 million. Hey, some
Kill switch.
some high level purchase.
Hey, there you go, buddy. There you go. You got it in. All right, let's take a little break. Let's take a little break. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, don't forget, check out Rumble. We're about to give a giveaway here soon, and we see you, neighbor. I can't.
Neighborhood Grassman. That's our boys from Two Live Crew.
Two Live Crew. All right, stick around, guys. We'll be right back. welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We're broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. Also broadcasting live from Rumble, rumble.com. Go check us out at Rumble, the Josh Guillory Show, and you can see us live. All right, what you smiling at over
Oh,
there?
and don't forget, go and sign up for Rumble.
Yes.
And give us a follow and be in the chat here in the next hour because we're gonna
Woo!
drop a code word in there and you can open up the phone lines. First person with that code word is gonna win a U.S. flag kit for their home and some koozies.
I like it. I like it. All right. So let's see here. We're going to dive into. All right. So we're just going to dive in it early. All right. So we had originally, we were going to cover all this in hour number 2, but let's just go ahead and start it early. All right. So now, first, what I'm about to dive into. This is the Guardian's take. All right. I'm reading an article from The Guardian. I'm just saying it. I want to say that part out loud and clear up front. So The Guardian ran a piece saying that after Charlie Kirk's assassination, conservative podcasters, including Candace Owens, are running wild with conspiracies and opportunism. That's their word. That's The Guardian's word. Craven opportunism.
I'm gonna turn my face off so people can't see me rolling my eyes.
That's right. That's right. So here's what they highlight. Charlie Kirk was murdered at Utah Valley University. We know that. And his killer, Tyler Robinson, he's charged with aggravated murder. Kirk's podcast jumped to number 1 in the country. It's a fact, with Tucker Carlson, Glenn Beck, even Vice President J.D. Vance guest hosting. Candace Owens, who was very close to Charlie. You know, you could read all these reports in the last year
There when
or
he met his
so.
wife. She was
Yeah.
there when he met his wife. He was there
Yeah.
when she met her husband.
Yeah, like they, you know what I'm saying? So she knew him. She was close to him, very close to him. And she's been releasing podcasts questioning whether Robinson acted alone. She even titled one of her episodes, Who Ordered the Hit on Charlie Kirk?
Yep.
Okay, so these are all facts. She's raised questions about Israel. She's raised questions about hedge fund manager Bill Ackman and whether Kirk was being threatened. Netanyahu himself has twice denied involvement. Saying that. Now, other voices, Loomer, Bannon, even Trump and Vance, have pointed fingers at different villains, from trans terror, cells in our country, to the far left, to China. So we've seen all that. And The Guardian, again, this publication that I'm just relying on here, The Guardian lumps all of it together as conservatives exploiting a tragedy to boost audiences, push some merch, sell some swag, and grab some attention. That's what they're saying.
I haven't seen one of them sell merchandise based on any of this, and that's just continue.
Yeah, it's so. Again, this is The Guardian. This is their take, but I'm referencing one publication. I've seen this talk. I've seen this. We've seen it in other publications after Charlie's assassination. But The Guardian over there, again, their take. But they don't give Candace Owens credit for being a friend grieving in public. They don't give her that aspect. They don't give her that grace. They don't put that context even in writing for their readers who probably didn't even listen to Charlie Kirk. You know, it
You know what
doesn't.
they did? They compared Candace's reaction to Charlie Kirk's wife's emotional reaction and then chastised her for being dramatic. They're like, can you believe she said, oh, they must be sleeping together. They must have been having an affair because she can't possibly be this distraught over a man that she's not involved with. It's gross.
It's great. It's sick. It's sick. But that is the banter you see. And that is their MO. That is the left's MO. But think about the culture that the Democrat Party right now. I mean, look, I'm just saying, it's one party right now. It's one party that's not necessarily condemning it all the way. I mean, you had 58 congressmen, I think, 58 House members that refused to vote a simple resolution saying they condemn the assassination of Charlie Kirk. 58. There's only 435. What is that? 1/8? My goodness.
Hey, well, he has to be to do math.
An eighth, a ninth of the doggone House.
That's about a ninth.
Voted. Couldn't bring themselves to vote on a resolution, not even a statute, a resolution condemning Charlie's assassination. Couldn't even do that.
Because they're scared of their constituents.
That's their problem.
They're scared of the progressive wing of their party that will skewer them if they do anything remotely kind or seen as subservient to a conservative or a Republican. Like it's such an idiotic way to go about living.
But see, but the problem is they run those guys right there, those House members, man, it's cowardice. I'm sorry, it's cowardice. That's not leadership. They're running under the banter of the Democrat Party. They have the D, they have the Democrat flag. Well, I'm telling you right now, most Democrats I know wouldn't condone that behavior. This is a small percentage that they're catering to. Same thing with the United Kingdom and all these other European weaklings appeasing to Hamas, basically.
They're running with the devil is what they're doing.
Man.
I mean, I'm just saying, watch the de-evolution of this party and watch where they're going. And it's not towards the light. I can tell you that.
Yes, that is true. That's true. So to our Democrat friends, seriously, come on now. Come on. That can't be what you stand for. All right, guys, stick around. Look, we're gonna continue this discussion. There is so much to talk about and discuss on this one topic. We'll talk about it some more. Be right back. afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to hour number 2 of the Josh Guillory Show. I remain your grateful host. And in studio with me, for real, this my main guy, this guy right here, Jamie Angel.
It's Friday! Yeah.
And you can see this wild banshee across from me live.
Ooh, I let my hair down.
You boy, did you. In full flesh right here, baby, on rumble.com.
Bring it.
It is Friday the whole day. Okay, so we're talking, just talking about
We're
some
talking
things.
giveaway first.
Yes.
We got this
Yes.
here flag kit for your home.
Come on, when we doing
A
it?
couple of koozies.
When
a
we
little
doing it?
bit later on in this
that
hour.
ain't right.
But go on the Rumble.
That ain't
About
right.
to drop the little phrase in there, so
I
be
want to
looking.
do. I want to do 2 next time.
All right.
1 in hour 1 and 1 in hour 2. How's that?
Do it.
Yeah. Come on now. I want our folks patriotic. I want these flags all across the land. Okay. So we're talking about Charlie Kirk's assassination. More so, we're kind of talking about really what other folks are talking about. We started off with Candace Owen, and I love Candace Owen. I respect Candace Owen. I admire her brilliance. I admire her intelligence.
Her passion, man.
Yeah.
She genuinely
Yeah.
cares about this.
I like people that have conviction, even on the left. That's what I'm saying. My little hippie, tree hugging liberals, man, I don't have anything against you guys. I don't want you in power, of course, but I don't have anything against you. You know, you believe in what you believe in, and we're just going to agree to disagree on some things. But I bet you we agree more when we disagree. But yeah, Candace has conviction, and I love that. She believes what she says. That's refreshing. But you're starting to see more and more of that in shows like this, podcast type style, avenues. And we'll talk more about social media and its impact following Charlie Kirk's assassination. If we have time, we should. But right now we're talking about Candace and what she's been putting out there on her show. Very thorough. She has been putting in some time. You can't deny that. But she's on Rumble. You can catch her on rumble.com just like us. But look, I I don't agree with every theory floating out there, around out there. I don't think most people do, okay? I mean, for example, I'm not ready to say Israel killed Charlie Kirk. Okay, and but I'm also not naive enough to think governments, billionaires, and agencies don't twist narratives to fit their own goals. We've seen cover-ups before. We've seen lies before in our country, many in our lifetime. So when someone like Candace Owens, who, again, knew Charlie personally, deeply, says something doesn't add up, I don't dismiss her. That's not my initial goal. That's not my initial gut feeling. I listen. But notice how The Guardian frames all this. And this is our take on this. This is my take on this, at least. They don't go after the left for their conspiracy theories. They don't call out Jimmy Kimmel when he implies the shooter was part of the MAGA gang. They don't go after liberals monetizing outrage. It's only Candace, only Tucker. It was only Charlie, only the right. That double standard right there, that is the real opportunism here. But it's, again, what do we see with the left, with Democrat higher-ups at least, not maybe the regular folks, with rhinos? What do we see? Usually what they say the other person's doing, they're the ones doing it. And we see it right here. So yes, Candace is raw. Good. I like that. I think she's great. I really do. She's emotional. Good. She's real. I like that. She's asking big questions. So what? That makes her a conspiracy theorist now? That makes her a tinfoil hat person? Maybe, instead of monkey see, monkey do, like the media does, one person puts it out, one outlet puts it out, it's just no due diligence. Unless y'all are all in the tank together using the same resource. One or the other. Either one stinks. But maybe if you guys, maybe my friends in the media, maybe you made them, I'm not in the media. I'm talking about the mass media guys. The journalists. Talking to you, journalists. Maybe if you asked these questions, just pretend Charlie was a Democrat. Pretend Candace is a Democrat. You'll have no problem asking those questions then. You have no problem with them asking those questions. But she's asking big questions for big reasons, and we need to know. And in a country where the government hid the JFK files, some will say for decades, some will say that they're still hidden.
Oh,
And
but
still-
Josh, how are you going to compare JFK with Charlie Kirk?
Yeah, right.
Oh, but people are not supposed to care that much.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry for interrupting. but,
Yeah.
you got to point
Yeah.
out the hypocrisy.
exactly. But a country where its government still, touting around Epstein files today. How's that going? That's a today thing, and that's with our guy in charge. So I'm just saying, government is government. Government knows it can just outlast a president. The most we can hope for is for a president to either keep us on the right track or change the trajectory, implement a culture that's so deep and so profound and so efficient that's doing such a good thing that it turns our course just enough to maybe the next guy or gal that comes on will make it better or make it the hardest it can be to make it worse. But how's that government today? I mean, people are right to be skeptical. People have reason to ask questions. That does not make people conspiracy theorists. From people that supposedly call for First Amendment rights everywhere, for people who call Trump and us conservatives Nazis, y'all sure act like them. You sure act like them. All this private citizen is doing is asking questions of our government. Last time I checked, liberals love that. Oh, she's a conservative. Oh, no. Oh, no.
No. Oh, no. Oh, no, that's Alan's dog.
We'll be right back. You hear the music. A few minutes. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We are broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Acadiana. That's South Louisiana for our friends outside this great state. Also broadcasting live on Rumble, rumble.com. Just go check it out. You can check us, our Candace Owens, and a whole bunch of other folks over there at Rumble. We're honored to share the platform with such great talent.
And if you're not on it yet, get on it. Go sign up real quick. I have posted today's phrase, and you can win this flag kit and these Josh Guillory Show koozies coming up really soon. Get ready to call in. 232-1542, 844-766-6607. My bad. Stand by. Be ready. When I tell you those phone lines are open, call in.
All right, let's do it. So, let's continue to talk about what Candace is saying, because she brings up some pretty good. She brings up some questions that, and hey, look, we're gonna open up those phone lines not just to get a giveaway, but also I want to hear your thoughts on this. Okay, so. Question that I have, and I think a lot of folks have, and I don't think it's been determined, was Charlie wearing a bulletproof vest?
He was not.
Now, Candace, you're saying that Candace is saying no, he was not.
I'm saying not only did Candace, who has obvious ties to Turning Point and connections and is still affiliated with them, she made it very clear that he wasn't wearing one, that he has in the past, and they did have an affiliation with someone who provided body armor, but that ended. And you can just go and look at the videos. He's wearing a T-shirt. He's wearing a plain T-shirt. Now, you said you saw some video that indicates him, but again, you got to make sure that the authenticity of it.
I don't know how authentic it is, but who knows? I mean, no one knows. Candace doesn't know. No one knows. But there are certain points that are being made. And as we go into our next topic on this same topic, or another perspective on the same topic, the math ain't mathin', as you said. But yeah, I saw actually more. I saw several reports where he was wearing a bulletproof vest. I saw one video where it showed the ricochet. Now, all right. So why are we saying about a bulletproof vest? It covers your chest. He clearly died from a gunshot wound to the neck. The bullet did not have. There was no exit wound.
It's my understanding the bullet shattered.
Okay.
So that brings into more questions about the gun. Like if it was a 30-06, I mean, is that likely to happen? Versus something with maybe a copper. Did they find copper shards in there, and then that would make it very clear that it's not a 30-06.
This is when we need Congressman Higgins.
Yeah.
He could tell us
our
all.
ballistics are
Our ballistics expert,
Somebody pointed out in the chat that Caleb this morning had a good take on it, questioning the viability of the shooter being the shooter with the facts that are out there currently.
Oh, so what did? That's what I was thinking. What did Caleb say?
I didn't hear it. I'm just X-Jar had told us, and then Mick says Candace needs to watch out. She's got a big lawsuit for claiming the French First Lady is a man.
Oh my God.
No, but she was Macron's middle school teacher, and now his wife. So there you go. Who are we to judge?
Who are we to judge, man? Come on. So, hey, whatever. Man. So yeah, I don't know. That's a question out there. Maybe when we open up the phone lines, maybe you saw something out there that you could share, but we don't know. Now the video I saw, it seemed plausible, but I don't know if that was accurate. I don't know if that was accurate at all.
I wonder. With a rifle, and I'm not an expert, I should ask my dad. He is an expert, but I'm not an expert. Would a round like that have an exit wound if it was shot from that distance, that trajectory? It's my understanding they go at like 19,000 or very super high pressured round. There should have been an exit wound. The people behind him probably should have been hit as well. So there was a statement released by Turning Point through their spokesperson and the doctor, talking about how it was a miracle that the bullet, there's no exit wound, and that his neck stopped the bullet. It doesn't make sense. And it's more questions than they are answering questions. Like they would have been better off just not saying anything.
Yeah, well, yeah. Oftentimes that is the case. Don't know, but what are some other things that Candace is saying? You mentioned something about underneath.
Again, a lot of people are calling in the question The angle.
Go ahead and get it all out.
The angle of the bullet. And then she did show some video. They immediately after the fact. Well, there's one thing. The SD cards in the cameras that were set up. Like Turning Point had cameras set up in the tent right above Charlie's head, 2 of them.
Okay.
Within 4 minutes of the shooting, a tech from Turning Point was there taking cameras down and removing all of the SD cards. And Candace, I think, talked about it yesterday on her show.
And that's confirmed.
Again, from Candace Owens.
Okay, so Candace is saying that. Okay.
But, you know, she's doing a lot of work looking into all this, and
Yeah.
she is making
All right,
contact
so-
with these people.
All right, so you made a statement. So there's one of two things. It's either true or not. All right. If it's not, okay, let's do everything we can once we find out that it's not true to dispel that. And I hope Candace would help with that as well. If it is true, that's alarming because that is at minimum a crime scene. And what the flying heck? Okay.
Oh, and then you mentioned the ground. So, like a day or two after the fact, they were ripping stuff up, repaving stuff.
Now again, before we report, we're not reporting this. This is what
This
Candace
is what Candace is
all right.
on Candace's podcast. Go
Okay.
check it out. And she's not paying us to do this.
Yeah,
by the
we're
way.
really
Just
not.
Disclaimer. I'm just a big fan. But she showed just below where Charlie was speaking, that tent in the sidewalk there. There's a door, like a trap door, you would call it, but it leads to a service tunnel that runs right along the path right in front of where Charlie was speaking.
Okay.
That little door could pop open right. I mean, he's standing there. It looks down to his left. That's where that little door is. Now, there's a theory out there that a shot could have come from there, especially looking at the trajectory and the angle. You know,
Okay.
I don't know,
All right.
but all things that should be looked into.
All right. Well, of course. Yeah, everything should be looked into. But didn't you say also that Candace said that something about construction right afterwards?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. They
okay.
tore that. They were
I'm
tearing that
sorry.
up, putting new concrete down. I think they were paving over those trapdoors. I'm serious. I think they were paving over the trapdoors.
Okay. Well, again, it's either true or not. If it is true, that is absolutely evidence of something much deeper and should be looked into. I don't have a problem with someone asking those questions. I don't have a problem with someone with Candace Owens' audience. I don't have a problem with her asking those questions. Perhaps the mainstream guys could take a little more pause and do a little more research too, and not just copycat.
Well, there's
just
also
copy with well, whoever reports whatever first, they all just domino effect.
Yeah, there's also the conflicting reports about the eyewitnesses to the shooter. There's a new video that came out that she had on her podcast where some folks actually showed before the shooting. They're like, "Hey, there's a guy on the roof," and looking at it, it looks nothing like the guy they arrested. You know, from what you can tell, the clothing is a little different. The pants are black, and it's like, what is happening here? Like, what I'm not understanding.
I will say this: my initial gut, like when I first saw the person they captured, my initial thoughts were not my initial gut, but my initial thoughts, no joke, was that didn't really look like the guy that they showed that aerial of getting off the building or whatever. But remember, we see these things so quickly, and everything was going on. That doesn't mean that it doesn't mean anything. But in full candor, that really was my initial thoughts. So
It's time.
up.
All
Is
right.
it? Whoa, we're giving away.
We're giving away. I'm going to
Yes!
drop all these lines, and the first caller to call with the phrase from Rumble is going to be the winner of our giveaway. So get those phone lines open, 232-1542, and here we go. Caller, what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Oh, that's you, caller.
Currently in Lafayette by the airport.
Okay, I'm
All
sorry.
right.
One more time. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
This is Tim, and I'm calling from Lafayette.
All right, Tim. Tim,
Yay!
what is the phrase?
Wait, say that again? You're kind of breaking up on me.
Oh, do you know the phrase to win the flag kit?
Oh, no, I was calling for something else.
Oh, well,
Can you
stay
tell
on.
me the phrase and I'll just repeat it back?
Oh, I love that. No, go to
Yeah.
rumble.com, look up the Josh Giller Show, but stay on hold and we'll see if we can help you. All right, guys, we're going to take a little tiny little break.
Well, actually, phone lines, we're going to go back to the phone lines. First person to call in now.
Oh,
with the
you want
phrase
to do
from
this
Rumble.
now? Oh, okay.
232-1542, 232-1542, or 844-766-6607, and we'll announce that winner after the break.
All right, guys, stick around. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show. We're broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Acadiana. Also broadcasting live from Rumble. Let me see over there, Rumble. Rumble.com. Go look up the Josh Guillory Show. You can check us out. And we are talking about some folks, discussing some maybe some facts that have not been discussed regarding Charlie Kirk's assassination. But first, very excited to announce we have a winner of our flag kit giveaway and some koozies. All right, so the first person to call with this information, let's see here. Kill Switch, what you got, my man?
Hey, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I just saw your very consistently kind weekly comments about Janet. Very nice. You're a gentleman. Now,
yes, sir. She's a good woman.
Absolutely. What's up, Kill Switch?
I want to tell Jamie. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yep.
Yeah, what you got?
I want to tell Jamie that Lindsay loves Martha Jean.
Hey, you just earned yourself a flag kit and a couple of Josh Guillory Show koozies. You can pick them up here.
I knew keeping you on speed dial would be worth it.
That's what's up.
That's right. Yes, indeedy. All right, Kill Switch.
Man, I appreciate it.
Yeah, you can pick that up Monday through Friday, 8 to 5. We're closed for lunch here at KPEL. So swing on by and pick it up.
At KPEL. Gotcha. Thanks, gentlemen.
All right. Thank you, Kill Switch. All right, let's go to, Tim. All right, Tim. Hey, thanks for holding, Tim. What you got, buddy?
Hey, man, congrats to Kill Switch, because I was completely oblivious to that one. But, anyway.
Catch it next week.
I just jumped in the truck, so I missed the whole thing. But anyway, so I'm sure there's a lot of people in the listening audience that are hunters, and I don't know if anybody's ever got a heart shot on a deer before, but seeing the original video that was posted and the amount of blood loss that was there aren't any pictures or videos that I've seen, and I'm not researching it, but there's no blood trail. For them to ragdoll him out of there like they did, it's completely, there was no previous photos, unless y'all know something about it. There was no blood anywhere. So when Jamie said the trapdoor theory, it kind of made me wonder. But anyway, I'll hang up and listen, guys. Y'all have a good weekend.
Hey, Tim, I appreciate that, man. All right, so I hadn't heard about that.
Yeah. So,
but I will say this: what Tim said. All right, that just again, that's plausible. So you got to. I mean, you can't discredit these things, and there's definitely nothing wrong with asking those questions. But the blood trail thing, what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, again, let's talk about the type of rifle they claim was used, the caliber of bullet, and again, aside from what I was issued in the military and what I own and the ones I've been interested in, I'm not an expert on firearms. But again, for a hunting rifle that they say are a caliber rifle of this, there should have been a little bit more blood to more. I mean, I
don't know. I don't know because I haven't seen videos of that. I have not seen any photos. I just understand what he's saying. Liberty Lover 96 says blood was dripping down his arm as he was loaded into the SUV. So under that notion, but if you're saying that there was construction and people all around the scene and things like that, man, that is so sloppy, and I just find that hard to believe. But
well, he was standing on a patch of grass. There was not a tremendous amount of blood anywhere.
Well, that's
so they wouldn't need to tear it up because it's bloodstained or anything.
Yeah.
So many questions.
Yep. Let's go back to the phone lines. All right. Let's see here. Caller, you are live on the Josh Guillory Show. No, that's Renee. What you got, Renee? What's up, buddy?
I'll take what happens face value, because real conspiracies never get, you never know it happened. There's lots of real conspiracies out there. They happen right in front of you, and you're not aware of them. That's a face value event of sloppiness, because life is sloppy. What happened really happened. Now, they may have some undertones of other participants and motives. That's on the outside of that actual event. But what happened there is face value, because life is sloppy, and that's how it happens. Just like that. Just like Lee Harvey Oswald, I do believe, shot Kennedy.
Okay. Hey, Renee, I will say this. I appreciate that. That was That was very well
That was-
said.
Yeah.
That was very well said. Very good points, too. Very good points. Very good points. Nobody's wrong here. People asking the questions aren't wrong. And Renee brought us back to reality a little bit. That was good. Renee, my man. All right, caller, you're live on the Josh Gillard Show. What's your name? Where are you calling from? That's you, caller.
Whoa.
Hey,
what's going on? It's Marvin.
Hey,
Marvin.
All right, Marvin.
Lucis, man.
Yeah, man. O-Town. What's up, Marvin? Thanks for calling back, buddy.
What's going on, man?
Man, I missed
All right.
you. What's
hey,
up,
man,
brother?
Man, I agree with Jamie, man, because man, you get shot with a 30-06, man. Man, that thing coming in you,
Right.
and you got an outer wound coming out the back of you, bro. Half of his neck should have been gone.
Yep. That's what I'm saying.
That's real. That's real talk, man. Half of that dude's neck should have been gone. You know what I'm saying? And I seen the video. That little bitty blood that shot out of his neck. You know what I'm saying? That didn't look like no 30-06 shot.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And they got real talk. If you look it up, I looked it up. The bullet, you know what I'm saying, that comes out that gun like that, man, they say that bullet got a massive explosion when it hits you and it come at you. It's gonna leave a hole in you.
Oh, that exit.
And then on top of that, when you got hit with that in your neck with that 30-06, man, you were supposed to have been dead on the spot. They shouldn't have had to carry you to the hospital and you died an hour later. That don't sound right, man.
Hey, Marvin.
That don't sound right.
Marvin, all solid points, man. And a lot of people are saying that, and I'll pose this to you and Jamie and to the audience. So another theory out there is he was wearing a body armor, and it was one of those not Kevlar type coated, but and not an IBA if you're familiar with that, but just under that, and it was slick. So one theory is, and I saw multiple reports on this, not saying they're accurate, that the bullet hit the top left part of his chest, hit the top of the bullet-proof vest, and ricocheted off and hit his neck. And that took some of the velocity off of it, which would explain why like you said, there wasn't such a big impact. There was not an exit wound, and it was able to get lodged up. All theories, all speculation. But Marvin, if it was a direct hit with that caliber from that distance, a lot of people are saying exactly what you're saying, man.
Oh yeah, and then look, check this out. I don't know how true it is, but they got a movie with Nicolas Cage called Snake Eyes. And the dude that got shot like Charlie, his name was
Charles Kirkland.
Was Charles Kirkland.
Woo.
And the dude that did the shooting got the same name as the dude that did the, you know what I'm saying? And it was it was a cover up for the real person who did the shoot. Man, check that movie out, because I'm going to check it out when I get home.
Me too, man.
You're the second person, Marvin, to tell me that today. All right, let's see here. All right, guys, we're going to take a tiny, tiny, tiny little break, but when we get back, we're going to keep up the fun. All right, guys, stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Josh Guillory Show, broadcasting live from the KPEL studios here in Lafayette, Louisiana. We're also broadcasting live on Rumble, rumble.com. Go check us out. You can look up the Josh Guillory Show. So easy. Man, thank you guys for a very active chat. A lot of new folks. Thank y'all. Appreciate you. Welcome to the team. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. I think we're going to Chris in DeBarry.
That would be Chris in New Iberia.
What's up, Chris? What up, Chris?
Hey, man. Hey, it's me.
That's you, baby. What you got?
Okay, a couple of things. It's easy to armchair quarterback this from a distance.
Yep.
You know, because they're assuming that these pictures had not been manipulated. My undergraduate was graphic design, and how good was the qualities of his pictures in the first place from these cameras? Because they say, oh, it don't look like the guy. How much did they blow it up? How much did they fine-tune it, sharpen it up? Because everybody knows when you try to sharpen a picture up, you make hard edges and stuff like that. And
but even the FBI got caught doing that. They with those initial images they released from the stairwell of that, they said that those were AI, that they had doctored them with AI because they were not very clear. That in itself should have set off a ton of alarms.
You know, and the deal is that when you finally get a person, you get the live 20/20 vision of him. It's you see the similarities, and to me, it's him because the realization you're going from a picture of a guy fleeing, you're going walking down the neighborhood from people's ring cams stuff like that. So you're not going to have the same quality.
Hey,
and
that is such a good point. Because remember, I don't know if you were listening earlier. My initial thoughts were, that guy doesn't look the same. Oh,
well, we're running out of time. So
okay. Yeah, so hey, thank you so much. It was Chris, you said? Chris from Niberia. Hey, thank you, Chris. Appreciate you, man. That was some good points. My initial thoughts, I think a lot of folks, or at least enough to notice, that doesn't look like the guy. But that's such a good point. Quality of video, zooming in. But I have a question, just to clarify, because I forgot that little fact. You're 100% sure the FBI announced just openly that they doctored the videos?
It's my understanding they said that they enhanced the pictures with AI because of the clarity. But that's insane.
Okay, let me say this. If that's for law enforcement purposes, behind the scenes in a constitutional way, and everything's all the things that are right needs to be right, all the things that need to be right are right, then great, that's cool. My problem with that is that's what was released to the public, and I don't know how helpful that is, especially in light of such a lack of trust for the Department of Justice and FBI over actions over the last 5 years.
Yeah, none of it makes any sense.
Yeah, why would you do that when you're already suffering credibility issues? That's my take on it. This is not. See, here's the deal. This is not a video game. This is not like play social media. This is not a game, and it's not a movie. We're not producing a movie. And that's what I would like to see less of out of the Justice Department. I would like to see less of the dramatics and less of the politics, quite frankly, personally. And that's not a knock on my boy Trump. I'm just saying. Jeez. All right. Caller,
real quick.
What you got, caller, after I went on my little rant? Thank you for calling in. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Sean in Lafayette.
All right, Sean. Thanks for calling, brother. What you got, buddy?
Well, I don't have enough time, but Renee is the only one that's making sense right now. Sometimes the duck's a duck. Yeah. I went down this rabbit hole, guys. I've shot guns all over the place. Every gun. Look, this guy hit him from 200 yards. The video that y'all are seeing about the blood, there's no blood. I was live streaming it when it happened. The video now does not show what was going on. My buddy, who's a Marine who's had confirmed kills in Afghanistan, said he's never seen so much blood in his life. And I was like, that's pretty bad. So, what bullet was he using? He's using a 30-06. Was it a full metal jacket? Was it a saw point? Was it a hollow point? Was it a modern powder rifle that's hot? flying at 3,000 feet per second. The gun's a 1940 something. Was he using military surplus ammo that flies at 1,000, 2,000 feet per second? There are so many. Look, when I first was watching the video and watched him get shot, the camera that was far off showed the crowd all look to the right. And
got it. Hey, Sean, only for time purpose. Boy, he was on a roll too. Hey, I want to say something about the blood. I'm not subscribing to no blood. When I first saw the video, I saw what you saw, and there seemed to be a lot of blood. There seemed to be blood. But regardless, we're just asking questions. But Sean was on a roll there, and those are the questions that need to be asked. Those are the questions that need to be answered for sure. Even more importantly, all right. So look, hey guys, thank y'all for the discussion. Maybe we'll bring it back up next week. I certainly learned from you guys. Hopefully y'all picked up a thing or two from us as well. Everybody have a great week.